Beast. Caught him off guard.
What's going on? What's going on, good people?
We're back, and we got a few things we want to talk about today. We're going to talk about this video of 5 things men should not have to worry about with a woman in his life.
We're going to flip that too. So we'll do both.
Yes. So while that's playing, I want you guys to also think about 5 things you think women shouldn't worry about, since we didn't have a clip for that. But what we do have an additional clip of is this new Kevin Samuels. I want to tear apart.
What is his name?
I don't fucking know. Does that matter?
I guess.
No.
I guess I don't want to give him no clout. So I don't know his name. I really don't. Yeah, it is what it is.
Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
You get to see him. It'll be somewhere in there.
I think it's pretty annoying. That you'll try to piggyback off the dead.
Come on, man. You know, someone said you were going to say that. Somebody
said I was going to say that?
Somebody said.
It's the truth.
God
damn.
damn.
How you going to piggyback off the dead? Let that man rest.
I'm not even caught up on the piggyback about him. I just want that argument to die.
What was the argument?
Just that old perception of what a woman should have to do, that old thing that's just not our world, and I just wish that it died.
No, it's definitely not our world, but at the same time,
and we moving forward. Just identify real things and not the real dynamic of a 2022 year relationship dynamic, and just moving forward, start discussing that and have something other than some era we have never experienced.
We're really gonna talk about this. We're gonna roll the clip.
Okay.
Roll the clip.
Watch whole thing. Why don't the women want to cook and clean for the men anymore?
Because they're tired, bro. They have to go to work every day. That's not hard.
They're tired?
Yeah, they got to go to work every day, just like you.
What are they tired of?
Of working. It's not hard. I mean, I shouldn't even be like, I don't even understand the question. Like, they're tired. Aren't you tired when you get home from work?
They're working every day, so they're tired. That's why I don't want to cook or clean.
Yeah. You think I want to work 8 hours and then come home and then cook and clean? I mean, I do it because I have to. I have 5 children. But yeah, I mean.
Do you have a woman right now?
What's that?
Do you have a woman right now?
I've been married for over 20 years.
Okay. Does your wife work?
Yeah, absolutely.
What are the roles in a marriage?
What are you talking about, roles? Everybody does what they have to do.
Well, okay. What do you do? What does she do?
For a living?
No, in the house for the marriage. What do you guys do? What are your roles?
Role? I don't understand the question. She does what needs to be done that day if she has time to do it, and if she doesn't, I do it. I do what needs to be done that day, and if I don't have time to do it, she does it. With roles, I don't know what
how do you not know what roles are in a marriage? You're married for 20 years. You guys don't have any roles?
Exist. Because those don't exist. Like, I'm not white. I'm not a white Christian man. I don't.
What are you talking about? I'm not white. What does that have to do with anything?
Oh, because you're trying to live up to like some white supremacist ideal of the
what are you talking
family.
about?
I don't subscribe.
Nobody
to
said
that.
nothing about no supremacy.
Teamwork makes the dream work, friend. We a team. Ain't no roles.
What do you mean there ain't no roles?
It's not that hard to understand. You said, why do women not want to cook and clean? They're tired. They have to go to work.
Okay.
I answered that question.
Okay.
You said, what are your roles? I said, we're a team.
If there's something that needs to be built in the house, who builds it? You or your wife?
Depends on what it is.
What do you mean depends on what it is?
Like if it's a toy for the kids, you know what I'm saying? My wife's better at putting stickers on, so she builds it. But if we're talking about
that's not building nothing, man.
Well, I mean, I'm sorry you feel that way.
Stickers on something, you've lost it.
It's still a task. But my wife's an interior designer, so she can build anything.
I ain't got time for no foolishness. He gone.
I still don't get funny name, but
I still don't know his name. I don't think I need to know his name. I think he's stupid.
I think it's annoying, the whole ideology that you've that you believe whatever you believe, right? Whatever era that is. I don't even know what you actually believe because we never got to that. But just seeing how confused he is by the understanding of them being equal partners in a relationship, that's what stuns me. It's like you done made a whole podcast to dismember women, just talk about women without even knowing any role or other perspective of another man. And you the man. You decided to do that. You decided to say, come on here and say, all your different opinions. But then someone else can have a different perspective or a perspective of something else, and you can't even grasp it. It's just like, what? So what is it? What is your argument? If you can't even understand the conversation, what's the argument?
It's the word roles for me. So when you look at it, he's trying to get this man to answer, what are your roles? What is your role in this marriage? And this man is saying, hey, we get it how we live.
The role is teammate.
You know what I'm saying?
My teammate.
We get it how we live. Whoever can't do it, the other one do it. Whoever can do it, if they need some help, we jump in, whatever. We do everything as a team. Mm-hmm. The man didn't want that answer. Right. So he was trying to push him to give him the correct answer when he was giving him his correct answer. Mm-hmm. His correct answer is, we do this together. Mm-hmm. All of this we do this way. If she can't do it, I do it. If I can't do it, she do it. That's all he wanted.
Absolutely. But you know what? We need these type of dynamics because we get to see that. We get to see an agenda or somebody's different perspective of something, and we get to see it debunked by the same sex, not just a woman and man going back and forth with, no, you dumb and you stupid, but two men disagreeing on the dynamic, right? Now we're in a room. We have multiple people in this room. So do you understand the dynamics of a teamwork in the relationship dynamic in year 2022?
I believe the dynamics is, hey, we come together. We figure this out together. So there is no I. There's a we. There is no you. There's a us.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Ladies, would you say that, do you understand the dynamics of teamwork, or would you prefer a role dynamic?
Team.
How about you guys? Team. So if that collectively is understood, collectively, these random people, we just random individuals, and we can have a collective understanding that teamwork is the desired dynamic in a relationship. Why the fuck we keep arguing about this gender role thing? Why does that keep coming up? Who's living the gender role thing? Where's those people? And see if this is actually working for you to keep pushing that narrative.
There's a lot of people that's living a gender role, but they want teamwork. You understand what I'm saying?
So then those are the conversations that needed to be shown. Like, what?
Maybe they never even.
Why are we pushing that narrative to have this gender role, or even a role? Period.
True.
Because why are we pushing that and arguing about that day in, day out? We done made a year of it. When we collectively prefer a teamwork dynamic, I think we are insane. I told you. It feels weird. It's insane, and we used to doing it, right? It's familiar to just keep arguing about the same thing, but we already have a different solution. We already have another option that you already doing. Because who the fuck is doing the gender roles and happy, I guess? Or that's been a successful story?
Because I find it, I have to make it make sense. If
I need a success.
If something needs to be fixed in the house, example. So the lady is just gonna be like, Okay, the water faucet in the house is leaking.
Okay.
Water,
Mhm.
it's going crazy.
Right.
And I'm not at home, but that's my role. So she's just gonna let the water just leak all over the house until I get there because that's my role. You understand what I'm saying?
Go turn the water off. Like,
you see what I'm saying? So
Right.
that's when you gotta sometimes put it in a real example
That's
to
it.
make it make sense. That's because that's what role. That's what the word role is. That means because these are all the things that I do, then I'm not going to touch these things because these are your responsibilities.
Right.
That's just like, okay, raising a kid. Okay, what if I say it's my wife's job to change my son's diaper? Okay, at the end of the day, so that means he's been with me all day, but it's my wife's job to change his diaper. So I'm gonna let him walk around in a shitty diaper all day long until she get home to change the diaper. Understand what we're saying here when we talk about roles. You feel what I'm telling you? This is what we're saying, and people will say, "Oh, that's going too far." No, it's not going too far because that's the role. You said, "Hey, it's my job role. It's my wife's role to change the diaper." So I'm gonna just walk around and let him have a shitty and pissy diaper until she get home because that's her role.
No, I don't think it's ever been. It's never
And
been
that's
our.
so.
Man, we just wanted it so fucking bad. You wanted a role so fucking bad. The man got to do, the woman got to do, and then when that reversed, and then the woman could, and then the man don't want to because why do I gotta want to when you want to? My life, look, God. Yeah, we need that fixed. I think is at this point that's what we're doing. We're just arguing about something we used to, which I think that's what we grow to do as a society anyway, is swim in toxic waters, and that becomes the chickahoozy.
The role, the word role, the word
What's your
role
confusion?
is just such a it's a dominant word. It's saying this is what you're supposed to do, this is what I'm supposed to do. But what about those in between things that neither one of us committed to doing? You see what I'm saying? What if it's something as simple as taking the kids shopping? Neither one of us said we were going to do that, but we know it has to be done. We know they need clothes, but neither one of us put that on our role list. So it's just not going to get done because neither one of us decided that we were going to put that on our role list. So we're just going to leave the kids with nothing.
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
Cool.
both y'all end up taking them. But how do we even determine where the roles are drawn and who's what and what and what? That we never did that. Somebody, where did that come from?
I think it needs to be more so about availability when you talk about relationships and you talk about stuff like that. Example,
Availability.
Availability is a better word because there are some things that, hey, it got to be handled no matter what. And whoever's available to handle them needs to handle them. You see what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying.
Like that's not, and that puts it in, hey, that makes it even, kind of like an even kill. Because if you at work, then I'm available. Then everything needs to be done through me because I was the one that was available.
Right.
And vice versa. You understand what I'm saying? And just keep it going like that. That's still it's still teamwork.
It's a partnership. That's just
some partnership.
having a partner and having a peaceful relationship or a healthy dynamic. Well, that's not what we discuss. That's not what we get to talk about. We get to make those little things and just say, try to push a gender role on a man that's been married 20 years with 4 kids.
And it's been working all the time.
And it's just fine, this is just his life. And you just telling him he's stupid. And that's what you want to show the rest of the world too, is that you want to make him somebody that's doing well and something healthy, stupid. So now you're stupid,
Well, I'm definitely not going to continue to make this guy famous on his ignorance.
You're right.
Yeah, we're not going to do that.
But you did see something that you wanted to share about men. 5 things that men shouldn't have to worry about.
So yeah, it was a video on TikTok. A guy actually started it, and he said there was 5 things women, basically, if they have a man in their life, they shouldn't have to do. And I'm paraphrasing, and I think these are right. I know one of them was pumping gas. Another one was washing her car, making sure her car is washed. Give me some more. If anybody know them, I think another one was taking a car to the dealership. These are all his things a woman shouldn't have to do. His number 4 thing was something about, I can't remember, but his 5th thing was making sure, opening the door. So his number 4 thing was opening the door for his woman. I guess that was in a car or wherever they're at. And number 5, and number 5 was him making sure that she have a card or making sure she money or whatever the case may be. Okay, so those were his 5 things. This was an older gentleman. Hold on. This was an older gentleman. Okay.
He about to stress me the fuck out.
Exactly. So, but this sparked, his was very simple. Older gentleman.
And that's what a woman shouldn't have to worry about with a man.
Right. So he's an older gentleman. He's an older gentleman. We have to keep that in perspective. He's an older gentleman. So those are basic things for him. It makes me think, okay. But the young lady in the video that we're about to run, obviously she's a little bit younger and she's mature. She's giving us 5 things a man shouldn't have to worry about. And she's going in depth. He went in depth, but his things were so bland. They were very basic. All right. Basic necessities. Those are things that I honestly and truthfully, I think a real man's supposed to know no matter what. It shouldn't have been viral, but it is what it is. So roll the clip.
So a creator by the name of Mr. Daddy 63 made a video that went viral where he listed 5 things that he believes a woman should never have to do when she has a man in her life. Now, I would like to do my version of 5 things a man should never have to do when he has a woman in his life. And this is a man who is taking care of business. We're not talking about you bums out there. Okay, here it goes. Number 1, a man should never have to pack his own lunch. You're already cooking dinner. Why not set an extra chicken leg, an extra potato, and an extra serving of broccoli to the side when you cook so he can have a lunch ready to go in the morning? I'm telling you, it's a big flex for him to be sitting in that break room with coworkers and he's got a nice lunch packed and it's smelling good, and throw a little note in there and telling him what you're going to do later on that night. And he blush, big flex. Number 2, a man should never have to ask for encouragement. The world beats our men up enough. Why is he being beat up at home? If this man is handling all of his business and he has a day where he's feeling down and he's feeling like he can't do it, encourage that man. Speak life into that man, because the better he feels, the better he can make you feel. Teamwork. Number 3, a man should never have to ask to be celebrated. We expect him to do all of these things for us, and you can't say thank you. You can't say, I appreciate you. You can't make a big deal when he walks into the house with something new for you. You can't make a big deal when he cuts the grass and he got them lines perfectly. You can't celebrate that man for handling business. Celebrate that man. And sometimes you need to make a big deal out of it so he feels the desire to keep doing it. Number 3, this man should never have to ask for intimacy. Why are we using it as a weapon? You want him to get up and handle business without being asked. Why you can't handle business without being asked? Why does he have to beg and plead and bribe you to handle his physical needs? What did your grandmama teach you? You never let a man leave out of the house angry, hungry, or keep playing. And last but not least, a man should never have to ask for support. If this man is a visionary, if he's leading his house, if he is operating in the capacity that benefits everybody in his family, when he comes to you with a plan and he tells you, baby, what do you think? You need to be saying, I'm on board. And what can I do? Because the better your family operates, the better everybody is in whole, the easier your job is ultimately. Support that man when he's doing positive things and put in effort to help him so y'all can build together and be a dream team.
Welcome to the Beast Show.
Shit, she get it. She gets it. She gets it. She gets it. She covered all the bases. Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee.
Gas him up.
Man, TD Jakes need to have her at the Potter's house. She was up there.
I mean, he pulling
She was up there and she was stuck there.
Somebody get him some oil. Somebody
Man, I need to give me an altar call.
cool him down.
Man, hey, look.
You was
Oh,
funny
man.
as hell.
I don't even want to talk. Go ahead and talk.
Oh, not you.
I need to get my spirit right because I don't want to attack the women. I don't want to do that. I want to talk. So I had this conversation. I'm just gonna take over.
Let it come from peaceful place.
I had this conversation this morning, and on my way here to train some clients, I was thinking about something. And what I was thinking about is that a lot of times people are only listening to react. They're not listening to hear. So what's going on in this video is I listened to hear. Now, a lot of women, I hate to put it like this, but it's the truth. A lot of women probably was listening to that video and listening to react. Well, a man needs to do this and a man needs to do that. In this moment, it wasn't required for you to listen to react. It was for you to listen to hear. Because she said a lot of things that I promise you, if women would do some of those things, really all of them, but some of them, relationally, they would be better off. No matter what the relationship is, whether it was a relationship with a family member, relationship with your spouse, your whatever, because support,
I ain't doing that for no more family.
no, but I'm saying support, what was the other one? Celebrating, those type of things, that needs to be going on just in regular life. You know what I mean? Like that needs to be, talk to the people. What I want to, man, I got a lot. I got a lot. I don't even want to talk yet because I got a whole lot. Go ahead, Blaq.
Okay. So many things. So many things. I love what she said. Well said. Well said. And I love the points. But just like Mr. Big Daddy, what was his name? Mr.
Whoever.
Right. Just like he's an older man and had that perspective of what a woman would like. Did I say it wrong again, baby? But you keep coming for me.
It's motherfucking DJ.
You keep coming for me.
Perspective. Okay.
Because he had an older perspective of what a woman. It kind of gave me definitely old school, but see how none of her needs was in that. That's what women be talking about. But I digress about that too. But
Hold
that
on.
older,
say that again.
see, I said, see how none of her needs and what he wanted, pumping gas, and those are
understood.
that wasn't nothing that
was nothing.
no
Okay.
peace and happiness, no
Gotcha.
sex liberation,
Okay.
no nothing.
Gotcha. Understood.
Mm-mm.
And his stuff.
Right?
Gotcha.
So,
Understood.
and that older mentality is what men want women to conduce
That's
to,
here too. Okay.
right? Conhere to.
Yeah.
See, got your ass before you got me.
I ain't
Got you
saying
before you got me. But what you want women to adhere to, and that's not real, just like his understanding of what women need wasn't necessarily what women want. That ideal that women want to be in that place is the exact same. Now moving forward, what she said was decent, but it also felt old too, you know, because you ain't. It felt a little dated. Sorry, it was well said. Shit, I'm giving the props, Daddy. I let you do this all day. Then I let them chill all day on this shit, man. But anywho, it was a little outdated because that's not all it is. And I know you think I did not listen to respond to her. I just listened. I understood, but it's almost like, what if he didn't want that fucking chicken? What if he wanted to Uber eat or eat the wings with his friends? Like, it's all those dynamics I started to think about. Like, maybe, yes. But then it's also the men that want their hair paid for and things like that. It's other factors.
That's still in the same category.
It's an older time. It's
that's just the same category.
It's the same category, but it's just a newer time.
Simplicity is what a man wants.
And, okay, great. But still, this is someone gets to push their perspective on a large group of people, and they are also trying to figure out how to be good to a man and how to be a woman. Right? That's what I'm talking about. To collect all this conversation we keep having, and these are what you get back from it is this lady saying this, and it sounds good. It's gonna go viral, and everybody's gonna agree with it because it sounds good. yet it's a little outdated for today. That's all I'm saying. I'm not sure what y'all actually need, because it's still a billion people out here, and we're trying to get one collective understanding.
I think some people are missing the fact. Everybody keeps trying to generalize everything.
Mm-hmm.
It shouldn't be what a man needs or 5 things a man needs. No, 5 things your man needs and shouldn't have to ask for.
Right.
You gotta know your person, yeah.
Right.
And then do those things. Like people be like, "Oh, I know my man well," but do you do it? Know your partner and then do for your partner.
But on the flip side of that, I'm a man, but
no,
I don't.
No.
I don't know a man that doesn't want support.
No,
Doesn't
it's
want
not
to be
just
celebrated.
that.
Doesn't want to like her. There wasn't broad. Her stuff was spot on. Like the examples might not have been spot on, but the words that she chose to use.
Okay.
Intimacy, we know men want. Come on, let's be realistic.
And he shouldn't have to ask for it.
And he shouldn't have to ask for it. Let's be yes. Understood. Okay, now. Support. Those I'm with you that everything can go both ways. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm with you on. Mm-hmm. But what I am saying is to be able to say it's like, man, if this man don't want these 5 things, what the fuck does he want? Because those were maybe outside of the first one, as far as the cooking part. Yeah. Because I don't like leftovers. So I get that. You feel what I'm saying? So, but she's going to know that. You know what I'm saying? So outside of number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it's pretty damn spot on.
Because it's generally what we all need.
Exactly.
Women want the same support.
Yes.
She want to be financially secure, just like he want to feel financially secure.
She want to be celebrated.
And
she want. I don't know. The intimacy part is where I argue.
She wants to feel desired.
Shit.
She does.
But women never make men feel desired in that area.
Okay, then that's just another conversation.
We can have that conversation today.
Want to feel this.
We can have that conversation today.
You got all this space.
We got a question.
Okay.
It says, but what kind of intimacy do men want? Half don't know anything past foreplay, if that.
Excuse me? You said what?
So she said, but what kind of intimacy do men want? Half don't know anything past foreplay.
Whatever your man want. If foreplay is all he want, then give him foreplay. It's about if whatever intimacy is to him, make that shit come to life. Simple as that. Whatever. No, because love language and intimate is 2 totally different things. But no, whatever he likes, that might be, Blaq is the vulgar one, but that might be, he might just want head in the car. Give him head in the car. Yeah, you're the vocal one. So that is what it is. Then make that happen for him. He might want spontaneous sex. Make that happen for him. Whatever intimacy is for him, then you make that happen for him. Because what intimacy is for me might not be intimacy for this guy over here. So whatever that is, that's broad. You need to make that happen. You need to take the time to learn that man. Take that time to learn that man. Who knows? He might just want to lay up in the bed and hold you. That might be his intimacy.
She said, but what if I need a different type of intimacy to give him the foreplay he wants?
Can I get chime in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Tag you in.
Do what's necessary for you to want to do that for him. So if you require to feel sexy that day, you require some romance, a dinner, picnic, whatever, for the parameters of you to give him the head he want that night, just for example, then do whatever would turn you on during the day to want to give him the head that night. But you should know what parts were for you, was the dinner, the going out, everything you did to set up his date night for him. And the part that was for him was probably the 10 minutes you gave him some head that night. Whatever is necessary for you to do your duty.
Like I'm the vocal one, right? See, it's like
I'm not Blaq Da Beast.
Out of Blaq Da Beast, you're definitely the vocal.
Yeah.
But okay. You want me to go back and play the clips of our first podcast?
No.
Oh, I remember it like it was the other day when you was talking about it. But yeah. So I hope that answered her question because that was spot on. Here's my argument with that.
Wait.
Here's my argument.
I hope that answered the question, but
I'm not going to my argument to what you said.
Yeah.
I do feel, and I'm learning, that we all use intimacy as a mistletoe. And what I mean by that is that we play whatever we want to play. If it's men, we know, hey, you know what I'm saying? I'm finna get her dressed up tonight, and I'm gonna take her here in hopes of getting this at the end of the night. You understand what I'm saying? She wants, I want him to take me here. I want to do this. I want a horse and carriage ride. I want to do ABC, and then I'll give him some if he do this. Everybody's doing it. Everybody's playing the role.
But that's not the
Yeah.
parameters that. Wait.
Intimacy don't always. Sometimes.
But for intimate,
like,
she wants.
You rub my head.
I know it, but she wants. A lot of women want specific things before they give you this. A lot of men is like, if I give her this, then she'll give me this.
Wait. But that's for you.
There you go. Thank
Intimacy
you.
doesn't have to lead to sex, though.
Right.
That's my belief.
But there are women out here that say, if I don't get this, then he's not getting this. So I'm saying this is really happening. This bounces off the wall on both sides. Go ahead, sir.
The parameters that we set up around this conversation of when I responded to sis was the fact that she's doing something for him.
Understood.
If you set up a date night for her in hopes of you getting fucked at the end of the night, that's for you. So that's your fault.
But that's also because the only way I know if I'm gonna get some is because she wants to go out, and I probably haven't took her out. So in the end of the day, the only way I'm gonna get it is if I do this.
But that's for you, though.
This is real life. This is real life. This is real life. This is real life.
I'm not saying that he's not saying that you can't have the snuggle time. He's not saying that.
No.
But what he's saying is on Tuesday, if he wants to have sex with you, he knows if he wants to have sex with his lady, if in order to get her in the bed, this is what's necessary for her, for him to even, for she to ever
even
know.
get to home
sex
base.
is probably on
That's
his
what's
mind.
happening.
Why just can't happen?
That's it.
Absolutely.
That's it.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
Whereas if he take me out, oh, I'm gonna give him something tonight. He done took me
He
out.
don't put some
Absolutely.
effort into it. Had a good night.
But I guess my argument isn't saying that it's not real life. I'm like, why we just can't do it?
This is okay. This is a perfect example. If I come home from work and I want some in my mind, what she just got off work too. I know she's tired. But what in my head as a man, what's going to spark her to want to be intimate with me? So I'm gonna go and I'm gonna pull up at Kroger and I'm gonna go get some flowers and I'm gonna go get a card and I'm gonna come in there and just kiss on her. Hey baby, how was your day? And all of that. So now I have to do this.
Okay.
I have to do this
Okay,
in order to spark her to give me this. And hold on. And in my mind, this day, 2022, that's like legalized prostitution to me. Because I'm paying you, or I'm buying something, or I'm doing something for you in order for me to get intimacy, something that I should already be getting.
You should
No matter
already
what.
desire.
No.
Oh yeah, come on,
That
Blaq.
is not
Come on.
motherfucking legalized.
It is legalized
No,
prostitution.
No. Because
Talk
that's
to
when
me.
love languages does play a
Okay.
role into it.
Okay.
If you know your girl's love language is gifts, and in order for her to be in tune or open to you in that way, because y'all both tired and just got off of work,
Understood.
yeah, you may buy some flowers and some whoop type shit.
Mhm.
Because you running her a bath water or something ain't gonna do it for her, because services ain't her shit.
Right.
If it's her shit, you know
It's
what
not
I'm
her
saying?
love
If it's her shit.
It might. It's
So,
not. If
but
her love
just
language
the
is
example
gifts,
he
she's
gave.
not going to do it.
Right. Just as how he put it. And in my understanding of in my understanding of what we're talking about here, it's like we feel like we shouldn't have to do anything to get what we want.
That's what I'm asking. That's what I'm saying.
And that's what you're saying.
Yes.
Why do you feel like you don't have to do anything to get what you want? I
I don't
question.
because we how did we get here? We was having sex
We
and
weren't
that was
having
what we
sex.
both
We were
wanted.
trying to have sex. This is intimacy, right? So
Yeah.
we put it in the framework of intimacy.
You
Okay.
wanna see, you
Do
want to
you
go there
think-
today.
do you
Today is going to
think-
be that day where they're going to see the beast in me.
I want to see it come out. You
So
know, I like
that's
that shit.
fine. I get it. I get it.
I want to know.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Hold on.
No,
Go ahead.
hold on
Okay.
the question.
Go ahead and
We'll
finish it.
come
'Cause
back.
okay.
She
We'll come
said, so do men only do that when they want sex or head? Why not small things often so she can always want to swallow you?
Well, but then
That's fine.
what I was trying to say.
That's fine. What I'm saying is that we're talking about from a broad spectrum of where men, where men are coming from. He feels because he doesn't know the woman that well. Okay. Well, this is what. Hold on. Listen to me. What we're learning. We're talking about. Men don't think like that. Okay, I know that little things mean a lot to a woman. I know that, but we're talking from a broad spectrum. We're talking about all men, and there's a lot of men that don't know that. So we're talking about that man. All right. So that man does feel like if I take her here, wine and dine, then that's the only way I'm gonna get it. You see what I'm saying? There are a lot of men that think that way. He's not thinking from the small mind place of, hey, I can just lay up with her, you know what I'm saying? Caress her. How was your day? What you need? Let me cook for you. He's not thinking that. He's not thinking that. He's coming from two places: money and power.
Okay, so boom.
Yeah.
You know what I heard in that is that for men, which we've gathered this time, men need their safe space to do everything. Everything. They need a safe space for everything. But you will speak her love language when you want something. That's what I heard.
You might be absolutely right. A lot of men,
So
but they're not thinking about it from a love language standpoint. But yes,
small thing is you only speak in her love language when you want something.
So it's still about you.
Ta-da!
I get it. I get it.
Checkmate, bitches.
I get it. But also on the flip side, when is she ever speaking my love language?
Right.
She got to get you to talk. She got to speak your love language.
Come on, Blaq. Come on, Blaq.
What you talking about?
Come on, Blaq.
That's what
Come on,
they do
Blaq.
it. They have to speak your love language. They
We
gotta
think, and that's back to the other podcast. We think we're speaking that love language.
And you're really not. You're going the opposite.
That man comes in with a haircut. We did the same example before. That man come in a haircut. Oh, you think you fly because you got a little haircut. Who you trying to show that off to, right?
Yeah, you ain't said, baby, you look
but
good.
But you ain't acknowledged his words of affirmation of,
Jesus,
you look good today, baby. I like your haircut.
Right.
You can get some pussy tonight from me as your woman.
Talk
We
to
don't
me.
get that.
Talk to me,
like,
story.
Oh, that nigga got a little haircut today. You going out with who? No,
Talk
we
to
don't
me,
do that.
story.
So we think we're speaking it, but we may not be.
It's the verbiage, Blaq.
Okay,
It's the verbiage.
It's how
It's
you
the
say it,
verbiage.
not what you say.
With a man, knowing, first of all, a man got to know his own love language before he can ever tell you what his love language is. That's a whole nother topic. But if I know my love, my love language, what is it? Words of affirmation. So what did she just say? If she said, look, I made a post on TikTok last night. You understand me? I made a post on TikTok.
That boy don't never smile this much.
But the TikTok was about my hair.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I feel good. I look good. You understand me? You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my sis Chris Blaq. You know what I'm saying? They hold me down.
I
Make me
see
look
your
good.
TikTok.
But hey,
I did see your TikTok.
But the reality of it is that if that woman, if that woman never sees that and she never says anything about it, guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go find somebody. I'm gonna soak in whatever somebody compliments me.
Yeah. Yes. I do got some sounds you should use.
You feel what I'm saying? But like, I'm gonna soak that in. But I really wanted it from this person. You see what I'm saying? But that's a words of affirmation person. What if his thing is acts of service? Mm-hmm. Okay, then do something for him. Take him out. Something small. Yeah. Hey, baby, I cooked for you. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's you gotta know these things though. As women, you gotta know your person. Right, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
I have an issue with, because I think that's what we're missing in dating before we get into a relationship. You shouldn't even be in a relationship with someone you don't think can give you the things you need. That was all should have been talked about when you were dating.
All right, but you first got to know what you
know
need.
what those things. Yeah. You know
that's
what's
I believe there's a lot of people that don't know what their love language is. Okay, let me come around your street.
Hold on, let me throw this out here. I want to go back to what Chris said. She said most men like/want their dick sucked, held down every day, every other day.
No.
And women aren't doing this. They're using sex as a tool to get what they want or to punish the man. The problem comes in hand when a guy is with a woman who doesn't care to even give her man head or even like doing that. So now you have a person who doesn't want to do it and the man's not satisfied. It's deeper than intimacy. The root is why aren't women satisfying the man? Why is this a problem now when y'all been together?
You need to be able to identify that from the jump. Like if that woman doesn't, if that woman or that man.
At the start, it's sex all the time. It's
right.
new. It's exciting.
Right.
Y'all own it. But then that changes. So my question would be, Do you like those acts you doing? You know, or you
just
doing it for the
it.
men?
There you go.
Because it seems to be what's what I was saying earlier. The transactional relationships. That's just what it is, and we not knowing all the different transactions. That's what we get confused at. We don't know that you have to, that it's a give and take situation. You just think you in it and we vibing, and I like you and you like me. You think I'm cute, think you're cute. The sex is okay, so you think it's just gonna be like that. But no, we speaking a language every day. Every day,
Right.
I gotta consider what's gonna make you smile. If you want sex today, if we're, trying to stay
That's
out
the
your
monkey
way.
wrench.
If you're gonna need an emergency, if we eating dinner tonight, or are we cooking? Somebody cooking, and then if that's gonna be the case, who? You get what I'm saying? And I think we don't think about all of that shit every day. It's just we busy, you're busy, and when we get together, we're gonna figure out our relationship today.
And it's more so of a whatever you want to do, or it's whatever you want to do, or it's whatever
You
you want to
hungry?
do.
Yeah.
It's like,
I don't know.
I don't know.
but you
But,
know, I want to be with you.
Yeah.
You know, I want you in my presence.
Yeah.
None of that should matter. If you know that's what I want, all I want is you in my presence.
Mhm.
So if all I want is you in my presence, we'll figure out the rest of it in a minute. The goal was to get you in my presence, and we'll figure out.
But I think that's how we go home.
Is it
We go
enough?
home
Depending on
thinking
who you are.
But you're
Yes.
right. We go home thinking that you who I want, you want in my presence. We going home. We're going to our peace, right?
Right.
And you get there, you still got all of those decisions to make.
And you still haven't addressed that with him.
You still got all those decisions. Wait, are you hungry? Yes. What we eating? We don't know. Okay. Then after that, we still got to go cool down from our busy days. You go relax. I'm gonna do whatever I'm doing to relax. Now, whatever's on your mind, I could be thinking sleep. You could be thinking sex. Now, how do we? You get what I'm saying? It's all of those still decisions you got to make in the relationship
So that's the tricky part, because if a person
that we don't make
if
on a
you're-
day to day. We
if
don't
you're
make
thinking
that shit.
if you're thinking sleep, I'm tired, and I'm thinking sex, I'm horny, then do you give in to the sex, I'm horny, or do I give in to the sleep, you're tired?
Most of the time, you're gonna give into the sleep. I'm tired.
Because what you don't want to do is be on top of no woman that really don't want to do.
Right.
True.
Thank you.
That's the issue that men are having,
And bitches too.
women too. But that's definitely the issue that men is having.
That was so rude.
Not tonight. Not tonight.
And bitches too.
Not tonight. I don't feel like it. But you know what? You said, all right, not tonight.
They don't even say
Okay,
not
hold
tonight.
on. Not tonight. Hold on. Peep this shit.
Go sleep.
Baby, not
Go
tonight.
sleep.
Baby, not tonight. I'm tired. I had a long day. Okay, baby. But then you say, all right, we can do it tomorrow. I'm like, okay, bet. So I'm like a kid.
Waiting for tomorrow.
Waiting for tomorrow. Waiting for tomorrow night. I done went through work. I done had a good day at work.
Right.
I'm everything. Because when I get home, it's going down.
Mhm.
I'm tired, baby. This shit is becoming a fucking pattern. That's what I'm saying. So it's day 2. I promise I got you this weekend. This is Wednesday. So you already got me 2 times. I got you this weekend, baby. Friday night come. Turn up. It's the weekend. I know you ain't got to go to work tomorrow. And I don't give a fuck if you tired. Because you can sleep in. Because I'm going to make sure you sleep in. Baby. Baby. Just let me sleep tonight. Just let me sleep tonight. I got you on Saturday. At this point, Saturday coming, she ready? I don't even want it no more. You gave me false hope every day. But then when it's time that you actually, it's in the perfect situation for you, now it's like, okay, baby, I'm ready. Men don't do that to a woman. Anytime she ready, we ready. You feel what we're saying? Like, so why is it has to be to this point that now you're fine? Everything else is good. Now it's like, okay, well, I'm gonna satisfy him. I thought I was first. Fuck you mean? I thought I was first, so I should have got it on Wednesday or Monday or whatever that day was. You waited till Saturday to decide, oh yeah, I'm gonna give it to that man. He good. I'll take care of him. And then you think that one time is enough. I gotta build up from the whole week. I'm ready to turn all the way up. I'm ready to shut the city down for a weekend. And you talking about all you got is from 6 to 7. I got something to do at 8.
Oh, wow.
No, you got me messed up. So then you wondering why we ain't had sex in 2-3 months. I done went over here to Juice saying over here. I'm just saying,
I mean,
like some of this stuff really happens because the reality of it is that there's a cause and effect to all things. The cause was you kept saying not tonight, not tonight, not tonight, not tonight. The effect was I found somebody that said, let's go right now. I'm just keeping it real with y'all. And the reality of now I'm the bad guy. Because I didn't went to a person that said, yeah, we can do it right now, tomorrow, the next day, and the next day, and you still over here still talking about not tonight. But then you're gonna blame me going out for the reason why you didn't.
Before
you was doing it
before you went out.
I got a question though.
Fuck that.
Or tell you
At what point in time before you decided to go out, you told her you having a very big issue with this shit? Why did we get to 2 and 3?
To
Why
a
did we
degree.
get to 2 or 3 months?
Understood. To a degree though, you know every time you tell me not tonight, you can look at my face and say I'm distraught.
I understand that. I do.
You can see me.
I do.
You see me.
I get
My
that.
shit done went from like this to
Yeah, I do.
and I done
understand
rolled over.
that.
I ain't even touching you in the bed. I'm in the bed like this. I'm looking this way to the wall. Your ass on this side. I ain't even touching you. I got a line in the goddamn bed. I don't even want you.
But the question is that you
Like,
decided
come on.
to find a solution within another person rather than speaking it to this woman. That's because you're the one that's having an issue with this. She's probably happy you ain't asked for sex in 2 or 3 months. That's an underlying issue that's even worse. Maybe you're not sexually compatible even together, and that's something to be considered in that dynamic.
Absolutely.
So I feel like 30 days in and your ass been distraught. You was distraught Wednesday. And you really let yourself be distraught for 2 or 3 motherfucking
because
months?
instead of asking every day and she putting them off.
Who's going to ask every day for some? This is what we just got to do talking about in the
You
video.
haven't answered Story's question.
I'm finna go to it.
She asked.
I'm finna go to it. But I'm asking a question. I'm asking a question with a question for right now. Who's going to keep asking?
Nobody.
Okay. You wouldn't want to do that to me. If I said no to you one day, you're gonna be like, who bitch? What bitch you fucking?
I would not.
I'm gonna ask.
Exactly.
You gonna
Okay then.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask.
One day. That's one day. You didn't turn me down 4 days.
Is it abnormal for her to turn you down 4 days versus that one day you turned her down?
When we was
That's
kicking,
not
when we was
regular.
kicking it, we was on a regular. This is what happens relationally now.
I'm not
When
disagreeing
we're
with
we're
that.
kicking it, shit, you fucking at home, in the car, at the restaurant, wherever.
Mhm.
Yeah. Then when we get in the relationship and we land in the same bed every night, now it's once a week, 2 times every 3 weeks.
Women, don't introduce your man to a vibe you can't keep.
Vice versa. But you know what happens on the men's side is he try to wine and dine. That's his thing. I'm gonna get to that because that's what men do. What men do, he want a first date, he want to take you to Paris. Second date, he want to take you to Bob's. Third date, he want to take you to True Kitchen. Fourth date, he want to take you to goddamn me.
RH.
Yeah, he want to take you all over.
Everywhere.
He done spent hundreds. He done spent hundreds, thousands of dollars on taking you here, there, and everywhere.
Yes.
He done took you on a horse and carriage ride downtown. He did all this nice shit.
Meanwhile, he ain't romantic at all.
No.
This just a handbook.
No. So then when he finally got you and he gets you in a relationship, now y'all going to Chili's. Now he picking up some shit from Chick-fil-A. Now y'all going to Olive Garden. You see what I'm saying?
And then he asking you why you ain't cooking.
There you go.
Going out to
Because
eat.
we was going out to eat.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? So there's both sides.
You gotta go out to eat. Take me to Paris. You can be cooking for me every day. Then we get together in the same house.
And you stop cooking.
You ain't doing nothing.
It's the same concept. Nobody's
Okay.
consistent.
Yeah.
Consistency is what everybody is looking for. Right. But the reality of it is communicated when you off track.
Yes.
That's the issue. You just telling me not tonight, not tonight, not tonight. You're not telling me why not tonight. Other than I'm tired. Tired is a cop-out for what's really going on. 1 night, 2 nights, maybe you are tired. After that, like I said, when we get to Friday and I know you don't have to go to work the next day, tired can't be your excuse. So what's really going on?
And
But
because she talked of the same routine of you know, you're not keeping it.
But let's just
But I'm just
say,
saying, I'm just
I
saying.
get it, but let's just say you are spontaneous. But then when we was dating, you were spontaneous and it was cool. But now we together and I'm trying to be spontaneous. You like, nah, baby, wait till we get home. What the fuck?
You ain't showered
somewhere.
You didn't do no preparation.
Right, like so now I gotta prep this thing.
Yeah.
I didn't have to prep it when we was kicking it.
I think that's
Man,
fair.
you
though.
want some musty ass pussy?
Told you she was the. I told y'all. I told y'all.
I'm just saying.
I told y'all.
Let's just say. Just hypothetical.
I told y'all I was black.
Shit. Y'all link up after work to have a little drink or shit and you want to do something spontaneous in the car. This ain't the time.
But when we were dating, it was.
When we were dating,
I don't know.
I didn't come from work. I prepared for you. I didn't come. No, she didn't drop no fucking all day pussy off to you. She didn't. If you did, it's whack. Whack. Don't drop no damn all day pussy off to nobody. I'm a woman and like pussy. It's a no. It's a no. Do you not love yourself, lady? That is crazy.
Black.
Fuck that.
Black. Listen to me. Listen to me, sis.
I'm just saying.
Listen to me, sis.
I don't give a damn what
Listen,
your fetish is.
Listen to me, sis. Listen to me. When we were kicking it, everything was
Fuck
a
the
go.
spontaneous.
Everything was a go. So now all of a sudden that we official, and it's like nothing is a go.
No.
Nothing.
Complacent.
Well, okay,
You got a question? Go ahead.
Okay, so if she's telling you, okay, I'm tired, she doesn't do it the next day, okay, well, you're tired, what can I do to help you relax some? Because sometimes she can be convinced into it, if that's the right word to use. Like, you could be like, you know, she's tired, let me rub your feet, let me massage you. That might ease her into, you know what, he's trying to make me comfortable. Let me go ahead and give him some because now I've relaxed. Is that not an option?
Well, it shouldn't happen.
No, it
doesn't
shouldn't
have to be,
happen.
but
Right,
sometimes
because
it
he
can
had the
be if
same
that's
day
really
too.
what the issue is.
You get what I'm saying? He's tired too.
Well,
And he
no,
also
I'm not
have a
saying
need.
it's not. I'm just
You
trying to play
tired,
devil's advocate.
and you trying
If that's
to-
the situation, you know what I
Understood.
mean? Could that be a compromise is what I'm saying.
Or make a suggestion. I'm tired tonight, but you know, in the morning when we get up, go to work. Before we go to work, get in. I'm gonna go to work happy. I ain't gonna let nobody.
It's just
I'm
like
just saying.
I'm gonna give y'all a perfect example. For me, I'm gonna just speak from me. I can't even speak for men on this one. If I give you some money, yeah, but if you say, hey, I need this, and I give you the money for whatever it is that you need, and you say, man, I promise I'm gonna give it back to you. But then months go by, and you still ain't gave it back to me. It's the same situation. If you tell me not tonight, but in the morning, I expect that shit in the morning. Like, and if you don't do it that morning, I'm already mentally blocked out of it. But you have a way to redeem yourself, because then when we get out of work, baby, I know I forgot about you this morning.
Then you initiate, right?
Right, and I'm cool with that. Or if she texts me and say, hey, I ain't forget. I know we was in a rush this morning, blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? Like, you had chances. We stay in the same crib. You could have came through on your lunch break. We got chances. There is plenty of options, but the reality of it is that you're not consistent. It's like, okay, it's just like if you tell your kid, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna make sure it gets done. All right. But then when that time comes, they expecting you to do it. Shout out to my baby because she want me to take her to Hibachi, and I got you, baby. Daddy got you. So, but the thing is that something might have came up. It's the same concept. We all are in the same position because the kids do it to us the worst. If you tell no kid you gonna do something, you better fucking do it. If not, they gonna hold that over your head. And yes, it messes their whole day up, and it messes you up psychologically. It's the same thing when you have a mate. If they say they gonna do something, it ain't got nothing to do. It ain't even just gotta be sex. It's whatever it is. Hey, baby, we gonna go out. That's a good one for a man. And he's telling you, baby, we're gonna go out. We're gonna go here. Baby, we can't go out today. Something came up at work. I'm gonna try to do it this day. That day came. Oh, baby, I'm tired, baby. I promise you we're gonna do it this weekend. It's the same shit. I ain't looking at this shit one way. I'm looking at it both ways because I know how dudes do it too.
Yeah.
That's their thing. I'm gonna take you out, baby. We're gonna go do this, we're gonna go do that. And then when that time comes, I gotta cancel, something came up, blah, 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 blah. You know how it goes. It's the same thing. It's just women and men do it in different areas. But we have to learn how to stay true to our word and be able to identify it and hold yourself accountable when you can't. But you still got to fix it. And people are not fixing it. No, they're not fixing it. Now they just saying at the end of the day, oh, it ain't that big of a deal. Shit, get over it. Or it ain't that big deal.
It's like ain't nothing happening.
And that's not cool. That's not cool. So what are you doing? Just like the woman said in that video, those things men and women need. She probably would have went even more viral because she really went crazy. But she could have went even more viral. I don't even know if that's a word. If she would have said, hey, these are 5 things that men and women might need. Because the reality of it is that they really are. Because you can cook for your woman, send her lunch, and that's a flex. When she in the office, man, my man cooked for me. Boom. Might have been a dude up there trying to holler. And he see that shit come out the microwave. Damn, who cooked that? Oh, my man cooked that. Well, shit, let me fall back. Shit, I can't do that. You feel what I'm saying?
These days give one-sided effort.
Say it again.
I said, I feel like people these days give one-sided effort. Like people go and strive for this one particular, the celebrity of the relationship, right?
Okay.
So I saw that on TikTok the other night,
okay,
where a person was like, I'm the celebrity in my relationship, right? And then it's like, but nobody's coming in the middle to give equal amounts of effort. So if the man is constantly putting in effort, and we can look at it as effort trying to have sex, it's the effort that goes into that.
Absolutely.
Right? And if women are unresponsive to that effort for an extended period of times, right? At what point does that woman now need to balance that out? What point does she get the opportunity to balance it out? At what point does she now realize she's no longer just a celebrity in this relationship?
I don't know. At one point, I'm going back to a question with a question. At one point in time, why did you stop doing something that you was doing? Again, what you said earlier was speaks volumes. Don't do something that you can't keep up. Don't do something. Don't start something that you can't keep up. That's unrealistic for your life.
Mm-hmm.
If sex every day was unrealistic, then don't do it. If taking her here, there, and everywhere wasn't something that you can do, then don't start it. One thing I've learned about women, and I know this to be true, they want the trying man. The man that's given an effort. It doesn't matter what the effort looks like. It's the effort that counts for the woman. And a lot of men still ain't figured that out yet. It's the accountability, it's the effort, it's the being able to see, okay, I didn't do this. Let me make sure I make this right. Or let me make sure I do this. Because I told her, it's the man of his word that the women love. The man of his word. If you say you're going to do something, man, just do it. And if you can't do it, make sure you call yourself out on it and make sure you acknowledge that you couldn't and why you couldn't. That part of it never changes about a woman. Now here's the flip. The man wants the exact same thing. He wants that. The woman that's consistent. If you say you're going to do something, do it. If this is what we're doing tonight, this is what we're doing tonight. That's it. She's 100% right when she said that we all want the same things, but we're doing different shit to get to it, mm-hmm. which is weird to me. I want sex. You want sex. Okay, we're going to use that one. The man is taking you out and trying to wine and dine you to get sex. You feel what I'm saying? The woman is just prepping herself, making herself look nice. Hold on. Making herself look nice, making herself look beautiful, whatever, smelling good, looking good, making sure everything is intact. But we both want the same exact thing. We're just using two different ways to get to what we ultimately want. It's no better way to put it. It's really simple, but we make it very, very hard. We make it very difficult. What? What?
I don't know. I just don't know. I got so many questions, and it's just.
Well, answer them. We got a couple minutes. Ask a couple of them. Maybe I got an answer.
No.
You don't think so? Go ahead.
Just like on TikTok. You you saying trying man. Well, you got some people on TikTok. I don't want a man that's doing the bare minimum. Well, the bare minimum is the same as a trying man. It's to me.
A woman that says that she don't want a man that's doing the bare minimum, who are you to judge to what his minimum
bare
is?
minimum is, because as long as you're trying, to me that's bare minimum.
My partner says it all the time, man. Shout out to my boy Bless Center, man. He says it this way, and I've really took it and put it in an aspect of my life. And he says, God blesses the trying man. What is he trying to say to himself? He's trying to encourage himself to let him know that as long as he's trying, God is going to bless it. That's the way I think people should do each other.
Mm-hmm.
Celebrate the person that's trying. Damn, he trying, she trying, versus the motherfucker that ain't doing nothing, and they could do something, and they choose not to do nothing. I don't get it. Like, what, Black? Shit.
See, why
God bless the trying man.
I mean, because I'd rather you try and give me bare minimum than not do nothing at all. Because then I'm sitting there.
Peep this, it's not bare minimum.
I know.
Because the man that's trying, that's his maximum.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's doing his absolute best with the little that he has. Again, it goes back to the simplicity of a woman. She just wants a man that is doing the best he can with what he has. Now, if you're a millionaire, your best shouldn't be taking me to Chili's. That shouldn't be your best.
Or taking me to Atlanta or Miami.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shouldn't be your best. But if you barely making it, if you're making $15 an hour, then his best might be Olive Garden. But it's his best. So you're gonna ridicule him, you're gonna nail him to the cross for taking you to Olive Garden, but he only make $15 an hour? Then what type of woman are you? You feel what I'm saying? Then maybe I'm not the guy for you. Goes back to what Story was saying. Some people are just unequally yoked. So then maybe I went after the wrong woman. Maybe I went after a high class woman, and I might need somebody that's on my level. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So that's a whole nother thing in itself. But you got to know who you dating.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
You got to know that.
Because there's plenty of women out there that want it. If
They
they
want
tired
it.
or not, just like that man do, you gotta get somebody that wants the same thing or agrees the same way to get it.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, you set yourself up for failure. That's what I'm saying. That's all things that has to be discovered in dating versus an actual relationship, because they are not the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, I think we all are going to the high. What I mean by that is that the men want the woman that look like she got everything. The woman want the man that look like he got everything. And then when you get to the real deep and depth of dating, you realize it ain't as all good as it seems. So they lied to you in a sense. They really did.
They put on a show.
Yeah, they represent.
They lied to you in so many ways.
You had said something earlier about men choosing to be single.
So you talking about when we was talking?
Mm-hmm. I think
I ain't said it was choosing, but
Or
I get
the
basically what's
reason-
happening is in society today that they're saying that right now there will be, from the age of 25 to 45, there will be more men not in committed relationships. That's a fact, and it's growing every day. Black thinks that it's because, in so many words, and she can say it on her own, I'm paraphrasing, that it's because most men just want their cake and eat it too right now.
They have that option. It's not that they want or don't want. It's just available for you to be able to go
Be
do it.
single, have anything
You know,
else that
you
you get in a
can you
relationship.
can get sex. So my questions would be,
Okay.
where the women that want, a heavy physical relationship, that's into sex. And my second question would be, the men that don't have an issue getting sex, because there's men out here that's just fucking, right? What is different with those guys? What understanding does they have, and what thing they have with the women that makes it so readily available and easy for you to get? I don't know. So I was contemplating that question. I don't have the answer to that question, and I don't have the answer to where the women that want sex like that.
So let me answer the second question.
Okay. What?
No, women are attracted to two things right now. Let me rephrase that. The new generation of women are attracted to two things right now: power and money.
And that's what's missing it up there, right?
Power and money. Okay.
Okay, what type of power and money? Like
Power-
enough power.
Power is status, popularity, knowing everybody.
And that
like-
makes you want to have sex, though. That makes you horny for them.
A lot
makes women-
women are attracted sexually
To people like that.
to people like that. Example.
Okay.
Well, hold on.
Fair.
Example.
That's fair.
Example. Why is it that a trap nigga always got women? Because of two things: money and power.
Okay, cool. So knowing that, if you're in a dynamic to where you're not getting an abundance of sex, you can't consider maybe I'm not a bossy enough nigga. Like that for her, for
You
that
could be a
woman.
regular
Like
Joe.
I'm not.
Yeah, for her.
I'm
Yes.
not that
Yes.
thing for her.
Yes.
And it just be that. Like,
Yes. But you're not
cool.
walking away from it because now you're attracted to her because
Yeah.
of her whatever.
Cool. And now y'all know, other things. I'm used to sleeping next to him or whatever.
Mhm.
Okay, so you got things that you like in the relationship, but ultimately, you're not compatible because he don't wow me.
Right.
And I don't wow that girl because I got to pull a rabbit out of the hat to get her to sleep with me.
True.
So why you there? And instead of you saying, hey, we ain't each other's wow factor, let's slide, you'd rather go bring another woman in and tell her, she just don't do nothing for me, and she want to do or feel those for us, but she not also feeling that the other shit that this woman got to do,
Understood.
So my question would be that why not choose you? You know what you want, you know what you need, and you know what you can bring to the table. So cool.
I think
Put it all
people
out there like that.
who are already in I think it's like talking in parameters of people that are in an established relationship and realize like this just ain't it, and
Right.
that you're not my wife. I think because in one area that a person is in your wow factor doesn't mean in other areas they aren't.
Mhm.
They absolutely can be. And sometimes what you want more than anything is probably from that person.
Mhm.
So if a man is constantly coming to their woman saying, I want sex, I'm keep trying to have sex with you, I keep trying to have intimacy with you, he wants you to want that from him. So if he's not your wow factor in that regard of sex, is that your breaking point of why y'all
For
can't
him,
be
it
together?
would be
Not necessarily
because
for
men
him.
are physical men. If you're not catering to them physically, that's when they're gonna bring in Suan. So
But
period.
it's not because you're not his wow factor, it's because you're not giving it to him. Those are two different things. What you said was your wow factor of like,
Or-
I want to have sex with you
right.
because you do it for me.
Mhm.
He's not going to go have sex with Suzanne in this story, because some niggas do still go have sex with
Right,
Suzanne. I ain't going, but we're not talking about them. We're talking about the man that just specifically want to do sex with who his woman is. He's not going to go have sex with Suzanne on the strength of the fact that you don't do it for him. He's going to have sex with Suzanne because he doesn't do it for you, apparently, because you keep denying him.
Mhm.
It's because he doesn't get it. He's fucking Suzanne for accessibility, not because he wants Suzanne. He asking you for sex because he wants you.
Yeah.
You just won't give it to him.
And if Suzanne likes him,
Right.
Because it's easy.
So it's a
Suzanne likes
demotion.
him.
It's like
Suzanne still
it
at
goes
work,
from
But
it goes from I want black, I want black, I want black to I want a piece of ass. It goes down a notch
Mhm.
so he can go get that accessibility. And I think that's the puzzle piece where men and women who are in healthy and established relationships, and all of a sudden you realize your man been cheating or your woman been cheating, not because they no longer are sexually attracted to you, it's because you haven't made sex accessible to them. That's what I was asking him initially. Then at what point do you now figure out the fact that you need to talk about this?
I think it's a representative thing too, though, because like I find it hard to believe that who you are or who you were when we were dating, that's not you. That couldn't be you.
Mm-mm.
Because if you went from, hey, we doing it all the time, to when we got together, it's bare minimum, then I'm gonna believe that when we were kicking it, that ain't you.
Yeah.
And that's the messed up part, is because you never know. It's like shooting dice. It's like you never know when you're getting the right person until you get all the way into being with the right person, and then you like, oh shit.
But
I ain't even.
I want to play devil's advocate for.
Well, come on, because I got a couple of more minutes in me to go hard.
We're also not gonna act like shit doesn't change from when we initially dating to then. Maybe you ain't pissed me off in those first 4 months when I was giving you ass every day, but lately your mouth been so fucking smart. I don't want to lay down.
So.
And we 2 years in.
So.
It ain't no so. It's a mental attraction that may be necessary for that woman as well.
But that goes also to what she's saying. Now you're using sex as a tool.
Sex is
So
a tool.
Fuck that. It shouldn't be.
But no, like,
No.
hear me out. Wait, hear me out. It's not as a tool of a punishment. It shouldn't be a tool of a punishment. I'll give you that one. But we're not gonna act like what the fuck you bring to a relationship aren't tools to have a successful relationship. Just because a woman can fuck you doesn't mean she can fuck you well. Just because a man can buy shit for you doesn't mean he buy the right shit you like. You have to have those tools to even come to a relationship to have a successful one. So yes, sex is a tool. We have established that. Do all parties agree? Okay. So within that tool, it's not the fact that it is one, it's how you use it and utilize it. So the point a woman is using sex to punish you instead of using her mouth to communicate with you, that's when shit gets sticky. Correct? We all in agreement with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's when the conversation is.
But we're not going to act like that's not a factor that will make a woman not want to have sex with you. So instead of withholding sex from you because she ain't really feeling you right now, she should probably address what she's not feeling about you right now. But those are the factors, and those are facts of why women out of nowhere would switch from wanting to have sex with you all the time when she didn't know you were an asshole initially. That shit is a point.
Is that, do you really believe?
Because you ain't gonna lead with the fact that we're not.
Do you really going?
But
Are you
most
really
men
going to
don't.
believe? Do you really? All right, I will say this. Do you really believe that once she communicates that with me, that's going to change the dynamic?
It is going to absolutely change the dynamic. Because men
No,
are.
it won't.
Yes,
I'm gonna tell you why. The only way
will.
it will change the dynamic is if I'm in agreement with the dynamic. If I'm in disagreement with the dynamic, she's still not gonna give me that.
No,
Bullshit.
It will absolutely change the dynamic.
Bullshit.
Because at the point that I communicate that to you, and you're not
I'm dead
going
serious.
to fix it,
If it's something that she didn't like,
mhm,
God damn it, what's an example? She didn't like my attitude, like you said.
mhm,
She didn't like the attitude, didn't know I was a sarcastic motherfucker
yeah,
when we was, you know what I'm saying?
you lead with that. That's why I said not
So-
necessarily you, but the
So
man
with
didn't
that
lead
being
with
said, it's okay. So now she's realized that, okay? And she doesn't like it.
Right.
She decides, hey, let's have a conversation.
Yes,
I don't like this, that, and the third.
yes.
You want to know what my response is? I'm not changing that shit. I'm a sarcastic motherfucker. That's my response.
Then a
That's
decision
not
is
going-
made at this
yeah.
point.
Decision is
That
Now
changes
decision,
the dynamic.
but what I'm saying is that don't mean she gonna
get
give me none. Now you know who I am.
No,
But
that
cool.
means she released you to the person that would want to fuck the sarcastic
Yeah, now
motherfucker.
both of you have an option.
It's an option.
Do we continue or do you go
Exactly.
find your
I shouldn't be taking your decision way of getting your rocks off, and you can't be taking my decision away of getting with a motherfucker that can actually not be a sarcastic motherfucker. I think that's a balance that people are missing, and
That
that's
you
when
have
it
an
goes
option.
back
You
to
have
have
a
an
choice.
option. Relationships are choices. Every day within is a choice. So even if it's a bigger choice that comes of that, which is, hey, we need to go our separate ways, or you're like, I'm going to work on that or not, those are options that are in place. But it's like you said, if your response is, no, I'm a sarcastic motherfucker and this shit ain't gonna change, you weren't given that in the beginning. That you were
Bullshit.
sarcastic. I'm not talking about you.
Oh.
Be- But I'm saying, like in the beginning, most men are assholes
Yeah.
to women.
Yeah, I'm a sarcastic.
Most of the time, they're not. Or, you know what I'm saying?
I'm-
That's a fault
I'm-
of hers if now
I'm
she
thanking
deems
God
who
I'm
you are
sorry.
from the beginning was unattractive. Like, that's her. Because then she probably thought she could change you. And that's a whole nother problem and a whole nother podcast section for another day. When you're like, yeah, he's a smart ass, but he's cute. That doesn't mean he's going to stop being a cute smart ass.
Because he's still gonna be smart.
So eventually you just start disliking it. But I'm talking about the man who sends his representative, the same as the woman who sends her representative. Of, I'm going to do sex with you all the time. And I'm going to talk to you nice and respectfully all the time.
When really neither one of them is what they are.
Exactly.
representation.
Those factors matter.
Someone says sex is love, just like you should be loving unconditionally.
Sex is not love.
Sex is not love.
Sex is not love because I'm not gonna unconditionally
what
fuck
that
you.
man says,
Sex is
unconditional.
Exactly. Sex is not love. Hello? Because if I'm gonna unconditionally love you, I can't help. I can't help but love you if I unconditionally love you. Okay? I'm not going to unconditionally have sex with you when certain factors are not in place. Sex has conditions. Sex has
comes with all
parameters.
conditions.
All
Absolutely.
conditions.
But in
Absolutely.
26, I can have sex with you and not even love or like you.
Hello?
I can have sex with you today, not even talk to you tomorrow.
That's when you go get your rocks off by Suzanne, but you're still gonna come home to your lady because
Absolutely.
you love her, but you needed to
Rocks
get that
off.
off.
Right.
She's good at getting my rocks off, and she's good
And I'm
at
not
loving.
saying that's
Two totally different
right.
things.
I'm not saying that's a good thing. I'm not saying that it's justifiable. I'm saying it's understandable. And those are two different things. And
I
people
think
don't
it's
like that.
justifiable.
I don't think that's justifiable.
I think it is.
I don't think the fact that you want to
Women
get a
cheat
nut.
too.
Women
No,
do cheat.
no, women can cheat too. Women cheat emotionally. Men cheat
Not
physically.
all the
Not
time.
We can leave emotionally before we.
But
can
you know
get
what? Even the women that will go cheat physically, what you missing there is that communication with the person to say, hey, I don't want to have sex with you, or this ain't working for me. I'm gonna go over
Oh,
here.
in the beginning, it was really good. We had a lot of fun in the beginning. And in a relationship with you, though,
That
it
can
just
be
don't work.
fixed. That can be fixed
No.
if you want to fix it.
Yes.
You
If
gotta
it's
know about
something
the
to be
problem
fixed.
first.
No, yeah, if you don't
You gotta
communicate,
know
then yes,
about
I
the
get
problem
that.
before you go pick up something else. Or
Yeah.
before you go out and tell
No,
the
I feel
world.
like sometimes people are better, right? Like, I feel like sometimes people are better at what they were. When you were probably getting fucked all the time, you probably weren't in a relationship with this person when she was fucking you all the time. That's the fact. Y'all could have been fuck buddies. Y'all could have been dating. Y'all could have been understanding. And when you get into a relationship with this person, you realize, I don't really want
So
that.
question.
Mhm.
So how do we? So I got my own question
Mhm.
on our podcast.
Yes.
Yeah.
Strange. How do we get there? Like, so
I think it's
if you hold on, if it was based off of sex,
Mhm.
like, oh, okay, here's my
Well,
question.
relationship
Why
and
is it, and we do this a lot, why are we jumping into relationships based predically off sex?
That's what they be saying all
That's a
damn
whole
day.
nother.
So you get
That
in a
if you
relationship,
don't know this person you
get in a
dating,
That's
relationship,
why are
stupid.
you getting in a relationship?
Aspect into it now.
Thank you.
Yeah,
And people
you
just make a
come in-
decision off
You
shit.
come in on that shit, but then when you get in a relationship, and the relationship is that train got to be ran by so many other things: communication, friendship, compatibility, all these different things. When all we was really, all we got in on is
All we
Sex,
doing was
like,
kicking
We
it.
have good sex together. We may be in a good relationship. We may be good in a relationship.
No.
And that's not the case.
Doesn't
mean that.
Fit your life to be an actual partner. That is not the same.
You didn't think about anything. You didn't think about kids. You didn't think about housing situations. You didn't think about jobs. You didn't think about vision. You didn't think
Shit.
about
You didn't think about
nothing.
shit.
You just
You
said,
just
well,
said-
I just want to keep this good sex to myself. Let me date you.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't know
If
nobody
I
else
can't
did
have
it,
nobody
but you got, I need to keep that to myself. I want to do it.
and that's a problem.
But the good,
That's
if
a
you're
problem.
having good sex with somebody, then good sex is exactly what it is. And you need to be able to check in every month to see, hey, are you catching feelings? Hey, are you catching feelings? Because the reality of it is this is what it is.
That's when they-
And that's the argument that I always say is that I don't care what woman it is. Good sex is gonna make her catch feelings. I don't care. Like, I just know that. And
That's
then
why women withhold sex for so long. Sex is a woman's emotional floodgate. I say that all the time. I speak that over myself. So I'm not quick to have sex with a person casually because I don't need to be attached to you in that regard.
Understood.
And not even knowing who the fuck you are as
That's
a
Understood.
person.
gonna be a constant thing. That's what
Exactly.
we're doing. Eventually, I'm gonna catch feelings.
Exactly.
To be in, to have good sex for women, we have to be open, and we're gonna have to share certain things and make ourselves vulnerable to get to that point. That's why we.
Sex is vulnerability for both parties.
Yes.
Yes.
Sex is vulnerability for both parties because to be naked is to be ashamed of something about yourself. I'm allowing you into this space to see me in my naked physical self, and you get to see all my flaws because we all got them. And now I'm allowing you into this safe space of seeing me for who I am. Whether the lights is on or off, you still see me.
That's a very, very mature way to put that. People are having immature sex. in all confidence.
It's more about the release.
I'm ready. For sure.
But you're having immature sex.
Exactly.
Hold on.
A lot
But
of
you're
young
having
people
immature
are.
sex and also responding immaturely when it's over.
Yes.
You feel what I'm saying? So, but you knew in the reality is that I'm allowing you into my safe space. Even though I feel comfortable with me, I'm allowing you into my safe space. And I don't know if you're going to be comfortable with me or not. Whether that be the way I look, the way my hygiene is, whatever the case may be. I don't know that. Every time you lay down with somebody, you're rolling a dice, not just for STDs or anything of that sort, but if this is even going to be good, you're rolling the dice on that. You don't know that. You can't look at this person and be like, oh yeah, man, she look like she got good sex. That's an opinion.
Yes.
So you're going into it in hopes of two things and two things only. If it's good, and do I really like this person? That's it. After that, what else are you looking for sexually? Absolutely nothing. So my question would be, if you're only doing it for sex and it's only sex, then where the hell did the emotion come from? That's why I say women can't just do that. They are doing it, to answer your question, but to say what you're saying, but they shouldn't, because women are emotional. I don't think men should do it either, but we're less emotional. That's why they can turn it off and turn it on. A woman can't turn off a man that's having good sex with her. She is gonna flip her fucking wig if he decide he don't want to do this no more.
And let me I'm gonna give men a little secret. That's because a lot of you niggas have bad sex. You hear more women, I'm sorry, it's the truth. You hear more women complain about having to fuck you men, and it's terrible. But on the strength of they done already liked you enough to try to be with you.
So that's why.
That's why.
Hold on. That's why
when you have
so
good
many,
sex, though.
That's why there's so many men, what you was asking a minute ago. That's why there's so many bad men, but they have a lot of women because they have good sex.
Yes.
So
She
that's
don't
the answer
care
to
to
your
make
question.
you no boyfriend.
She
wants
don't.
you to
She
go out
just
and fuck
wants the
somebody
good
else.
sex.
Please go share this bad dick with somebody
I
else.
want to get my rocks off, so I know who to go to get my rocks off.
Go do what you gotta do, but make sure
But
it's
for
not
a
bad.
woman to come across that motherfucking unicorn man with some good dick, and I gotta put it like that for the women because it don't exist often for them. From the stories I have, and I have nothing but straight women around me. Like I have no gay friends. So with that understanding of it, for women to come across, I'm just saying,
all the gay friends.
she does, and all of mine are straight. So when a woman actually come across some good dick, she is, in a sense, I don't like using the D word, which is desperate. She is almost like stigmatized of wanting to keep you and not even knowing the fact that we may not be doing it. We are not good enough to have a relationship together.
But she also uses you as property because she don't want you to share that with nobody.
No, she doesn't.
You understand what I'm saying? She don't want a relationship with you, but she don't want to share you.
And vice versa.
So
What
she
the?
would
go both ways.
That is
It go
insane.
both ways.
Exactly.
No, that's stupid.
It go both
It
ways.
does go
though.
both ways. And with women, a lot of time when it goes both ways with a woman is when a woman has good head. And that's the truth. Because a lot of women do not like sucking dick. She would do it, but to actually find a woman
Like
to
it.
enjoy having her jaw locked the fuck up, it's rare. Correct me if I'm wrong, ladies. It's fucking rare for a woman to actually like going down on a man.
Why
It
am I
takes
having this
a lot of
podcast?
effort. It takes a lot of fucking effort. I'm just saying.
It's right up
Well,
Black
I would
Alley.
say it's really not that fair. It really depends
On the person
because
and the man.
Because you got people like I'm a people pleaser, period, by nature. That's just who I am. So you know that's what your man like. You will like it because he likes it, not because you just want to dig in your mouth. But
But the
you see
same.
the reaction.
Men don't
But
like
men feel that energy
And
gets
that becomes something that you like after the
Men
Oh
just
no, them
eating
niggas on
pussy.
Mirage.
No,
Maybe.
I mean, yeah, they are, but you see, it's very seldom.
But hold on, but
find
there's a
one
lot of women
don't.
that don't like this shit.
So maybe that's the issue. We're not saying
Crazy.
maybe men
Crazy.
and women
Crazy.
won't be
Crazy.
bad in a way if we communicate what it is that we actually like.
And that's what I'm saying, put your-
But you know what? You
put your
can't
intentions
do that.
Why
You can't, hold on. You can't communicate. We are retarded. People are retarded.
Bad word.
We are insane. No, we're retarded and insane. Let me explain to you why. Because you don't want to have the conversation about sex on a date, but you want to know what I like and what I dislike.
But we discussed that we should normalize talking about sex.
I know what we said, but I'm just saying it's still going on. It's like, you think it's disrespectful on a first or second or third date for us to talk about sex, but you want to know what I'm working with.
I don't think it's
How you gonna
disrespectful
get
to
that?
talk about sex with a person.
How you gonna get that?
You gotta expect to get
To get it,
That's the
exactly.
difference.
I'm not
Right,
talking
it's a
about
conversation
sex with
about
you,
it.
of
Right,
having sex
just to
with
know
you.
your
It's not about let's
You know
go
what I'm saying?
upstairs. It's just talking about sex.
No,
And
it's
people not
it's
listening
even
to that.
and it's even now. It's like you can go out on a date with a girl on the first date, and she is not finna talk in that lane about that, even though she might
But we're
want it.
conditioned that that's a no-no.
But that's right.
That's what I agree with. I'm with y'all. But my issue is a lot of women think that I want to take her to the bedroom right now.
I'm just saying I'm not listening because if you come out the gate right away as a woman, you're gonna look like, well, if she quick to talk about that with me, she done this with everybody else, and she's
Hello.
probably a hoe. And I'm
We're
Damn.
right. We're
There's something about you that I like
Damn.
to be talking to you about. Because I'm not gonna talk to you about it, talk to anybody about it.
we're not gonna
But they
act
don't know
like
that, though, so then
they
that
don't.
generality comes about that she just.
But why would that even be a factor? Like now?
we're not gonna act like in 2022 that we don't accept dates from men that automatically expect sex should happen because I picked up the bill.
Mhm.
You know, we have friends that experience that where
Yeah.
I'm about to come
True.
up back to your crib, I paid for this money,
True.
and now here you are sending your half of the
But that's
goddamn
the that's
bill.
the status quo because I didn't put you in this big. This is
Right.
what I was telling my guy friends earlier. Is that if I start out taking you up to Paris, and we on our first date, then I want Paris type of
See.
Right.
or whatever.
Just
First
You feel what I'm
date
saying?
experience.
The experience. I want my experience to match up with what I just paid for.
Transaction.
But
You
if
feel
you
what I'm
take me
saying?
to
You want
Paris,
Mercedes experience.
Right.
Basically.
Right.
but if I take you to Paris or you take me to Paris, and then I'm like, oh, I really like this man, and he happened to ask me on a date to Paris, and I start communicating with you how I like sex on the first date, it's guaranteed you expecting to have sex after that. Because when you invited me to Paris, you automatically assumed
Agreed.
we would.
Agreed.
And by me talking about sex with you, I confirm.
Agreed.
And now when we done with dinner and all that, and
Now
I
I
say
gotta
I'm
be a
going
hoe for you.
home,
Right.
oh bitch, you've been using me to just get a free meal to Paris.
Okay.
That's
so,
what happens. So, no,
flip-
women aren't
so
talking
what I
about sex
told-
on first
What
date.
I told
Yeah.
my guy partners is I told them, I said, once again, this is what I believe in. When men learn they self-worth, the world will be a better place. Here's the reason why. How I counter that, I can take you to Paris and we can have good conversation. But at the beginning of my conversation, I'm letting you know, hey, I just want to enjoy your company. I want to have a good time. We don't have to talk about sex. I'm not into that right now. I just want to get to know you. That fucks up your whole chessboard. You want to know why? Peep. You want to know why? Because you already probably thought that, hey, he taking me here, there, and everywhere. This is probably what he wants. Now it's up to you whether you decide on whether you want to give it to him or not.
I
But
think you
hold
would
on,
have a woman's attention at that.
hold on. But then I done already told you I'm taking that shit off the table.
Right.
Don't even worry about sex, baby. I just want to get to know you. I want to have a good time. And this is what I done fucked up her whole chessboard because she probably came in it with the same mind frame that I came in with.
He put it out there up front.
Right. I think you would have her attention in a different type of way.
That's
that
the
you
thing.
initially wouldn't.
Right.
And that's the thing. What men need to learn how to do is that change the game.
Yes.
Stop looking like you playing football. Like you're an offense that the defense automatic. They already know what the fuck you doing. They already know what you're doing. The woman already knows what you're doing. She know you only taking her out for this because you're expecting this. She knows that, bro. She knows that. You ain't whining and dining her to get to know her. You whining and dining her to get some ass. Call a spade a spade. And if she tell you that on the date, you're gonna feel uncomfortable as fuck. If she said, nigga, I know you brought me to True Kitchen because you thought you was gonna get something tonight, but I ain't even tripping. I might want that too. She fucked your whole
Oh,
night
yeah,
up.
he'll be sitting there uncomfortable as fuck. Like,
Yeah, he uncomfortable for the rest of the day. Wanna know why?
thinking that everybody else that done took her out,
He done messed her up. She done messed him up.
which don't have nothing to do with them.
The reality of it is that it's twofold. You want this.
Mhm.
I know you want this. Let me take that narrative. You ain't got to do all this extra. A woman knows, and we've said this, and I'm going to stand on this shit till the day I die. A woman knows from the first time she encounters you and meets you how far she wants that to go. She knows that.
Yeah.
She knows if I might give him some. She knows if it's just going to be a date. She knows this is going to be the last time I'm going to see this nigga. She knows that. But she's already gave him points. He don't know that they're there.
Right.
But she's already gave him points depending on how she looks at him. If she's already looking at him like, damn, if he say the right things, he can get it tonight.
Right.
He's so stupid though. He don't even know. All he got to do is just be himself. He already in third base. Nigga, how you go backwards in baseball? You supposed to slide to home plate. Instead, your ass back at first because you're doing all of this or making yourself look. She don't want none of that. She done already basically said, nigga, you getting something tonight. Just don't talk yourself out of it. And what do?
Talk yourself out of it.
Moral of the story.
All right.
All right, closing statements would be, my closing statements would be, and we've talked about so much today, would be not to forget your option. In the relationship, I feel like what you want and what you need is equally as important as what someone else want and need. And although the conversation about wants and needs are important, the conversation about you guys' options are important as well. So you know what you know. I just feel like the options should be considered.
That was it.
Yeah.
Shit. It's hard to top that. Closing thoughts. Be yourself. Be intentional. Be honest. Be forthcoming. Understand that honesty is the best policy. Whatever you want, whatever you desire, say that. Whatever you like, whatever you dislike, say that. There are so many people out here that are lying to people and lying to themselves every day. Start being truthful with yourself, and maybe, just maybe, you'll be able to be truthful with others. That's all I got.
All right, my love. See y'all next week.
Peace.